Welcome to Mom.
Ballz.
I'm Latuanis.
I'm Robin.
And I'm Nilka.
And
Hey,
I'm Denise. Hey, Denise.
we're excited to have you guys here. We're excited that you're tuning in and subscribing. We have a really great show for you today. She's a friend to all three of us, Denise Mack, and we are here to talk
Yay.
about her son and daughter. She's been through this a few times. So we are going to highlight Treverran because he's the athlete that we're going to be talking about. And her son, so I just said it, her son name is Treverran Mack. He's another great athlete that hails from the IE. And Treverran started playing, he plays football. So he started playing and loving the game at the early age of 5. Treverran did tackle first, but he also dibbled in baseball, gymnastics, but football stuck, right, Denise?
Basketball,
Football
he
is
did
where
it
he
all.
landed. Treverran went to Roosevelt High School in Eastville, and the position that he plays is defensive end and defensive tackle. So we're going to get more into that as the show rolls on. So Denise, just hang tight. What we're going to do is we're going to do some more highlighting, and I'm going to pass it to my girl Robin so she can talk about someone that's near and dear to her heart.
Hey, y'all. Hey. So I'm really excited because my daughter, Kayla Nicole, she's on Instagram. You can find her at I am Kayla Nicole. And Kayla is a content creator. I'm doing a little reading, a content creator, an influencer, and an on-camera host and personality. And she just did a collab with Licifit. It's Licifit. So it's some really beautiful activewear called Evolve. And the meaning behind evolve is growth. Kayla explains it this way: giving yourself room to succeed and to fail. We all know that because we all have athletes, and just in life in general, but then also being gentle with yourself and knowing that there's always more to come. So it's an evolution, and the inspiration behind it was butterflies. And if you want to know more about this, go check her out at iamkaylanicole.com.
That's wonderful.
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited. I saw that and I had to post her too. And I'm going to buy something because I love her Evolve wear. It's beautiful. Well, this is my turn to highlight Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We want to honor every person who has battled breast cancer in the past, who is battling breast cancer now, and prayerfully no one that is listening is going to battle cancer in the future. But you know what? Life hits us and we all either have gone through, are going through, or will go through something. I myself am battling colon cancer. So in honor of breast cancer awareness, I'm wearing my pink. We will never give up. We will never give up. But I'm also wearing my blue for colon cancer. And so we just want to honor you and to remind you to get screened, especially breast cancer. For Breast Cancer Awareness Month, it's my understanding that from the age of 50 to 74, it's the highest age in which women can get breast cancer. So if you are 50 and you haven't been screened and had a mammogram, please go get that done. And likewise, with colon cancer, my being someone who knows about it, 45 is the age that you should start screening. And if you haven't and you're 50 and you think that the age is 50, it changed. Please get screened. It's so important. It will save your life. And we just want to tell you that we are with you. We encourage you to dig deep. And when you have your bad days and your good days, just remember that you can do this and you can fight. And it's your desire to live and get through the tough stuff with cancer and the battle and chemo and all the medications and things that you have to go through. We're here for you. So, you know what? We want to encourage you to write to us. If anything that we say touches you, write to us and we'd love to respond to you or share what you ask us to share in our next video. Thank you.
And before I bring on Denise, I got to go double back to Kayla's line because I was just on the website last night and I placed an order for one of my girlfriends. She was like, she's gonna take pictures of Chloe tomorrow, and she was like, you know what you can get me? And I was like, what? She said, you can get me one of those outfits from Kayla Nicole. So I was on the site and she wanted a small, and I had to text Kayla yesterday. I was like, y'all sold out. Girls, so I just got to say, they are buying them up, snatching them up. The one with the cute look, with the back out.
Oh,
So,
that's cute.
girl, they only had small left. So Jamaica was like, just give me a small. So anyway, the line is doing amazing and it's super cute. And I got on butterfly earrings too. So butterflies are very pretty and the line is gorgeous. So y'all do have to check it out. So we're gonna bring in our guest, Denise Mack. Miss Mack, here in the corner. Denise and I go way back since car seats, right?
Yes. Yes.
We've all known Denise a very long time, but Denise has several kids playing sports. She has also, we want to talk about Tenyce, and she'll highlight Tenyce in just a second. But I want to know first, Denise, how, because I've been seeing you post, and this is a great time for you to talk about that. How the heck are you going from, are you really doing both states in one weekend? Like, you got to tell the listeners how, what we want you to talk about is how you are making that happen. You're only one person. So how are you dividing yourself up, with your kids being everywhere? But before you answer that, go ahead and bring yourself on and talk about your kids and your family and yourself and tell everyone who you are.
So first off, yes, I'm friends to all three. I'm going to say that I'm so proud of Kayla Nicole. Oh my God, Robin, I just was in tears. And I love the name Evolve. And it has been a blessing to watch her grow. And I am going to place an order. And also with Jada Curry, too. Treverran is making sure I'm placing an order with Jada. And so I'm just so excited to see the kids. And then Nilka knows I always say that it was the baby shower that got Jalen where he is today. Anyways, yes, we go back to car seats. Rob, Latwanas. So okay, Latwanas. I know we go back to car seats. So and pregnancies and stuff. So yes, I was in two cities, so let's just do real time. So September 30th was Midnight Madness at Grand Canyon University, which is the bringing out of all the basketball players. It was all the announcements, and both of you guys will love that because it bring your sons and your daughters, like just announcing them and the cheerleaders and the dancers performed.
Hold on, Denise. Hold on. Let me stop this. Go ahead.
Okay, so September 30th was Midnight Madness, and that's basically the introduction of all the basketball athletes, and it's a big production. So the dancers are dancing, the cheerleaders cheerleading, the basketball team danced with the dancers. It was really, really cool. So we drove to Arizona. Then at midnight is when the performance went on. So at 10 o'clock is when we walked in and took our seats, and then midnight they performed. Then at 5, we drove to the airport, flew to Minnesota for a game at 1. I'm so confused now, but we were in Minnesota nonetheless for the game. Watched the game, met our son and his wife there, and then flew back the next morning. So yes, it was all a whole weekend, and we were up the entire time.
Wow.
Yeah, I seen that, and I said, I know Denise was not in a GCU. And okay, we need you to tell the people what school they both attend.
So Denise is at Grand Canyon University. She's a dancer, and she's on a partial scholarship, which is key because most dancers don't give scholarships. So they're starting to now. So she has a partial scholarship in dance. And then Treverran's at Southwest Minnesota. I hate saying this, Southwest Minnesota State University. It's kind of redundant, but it's SMSU and GCU. Yes. So one in Minnesota and one in Phoenix, Arizona.
Wow. Quite a spread. So Denise, how does it feel to be, because like you said, we've all grown up together. Our kids have grown up together, and we are kind of empty nesters over here. We have one more. Latwanas has a couple in the house, and Nilka says that she has one in the house a little bit too. So how does it feel for you though to be an empty nester, not having anyone in the house now but you and hubby?
Right. So it's really crazy. So beyond just the kids going to school, I retired too. So that also answers your question too. Like I can travel because I'm no longer working. I'm retired. There's no way I could do this and work. But it hasn't really felt like emptiness because I literally stay packing, flying somewhere or driving somewhere every weekend. Every weekend. So I just unpacked and repacked from last weekend to go this weekend.
So did you say driving? Are you driving to these places or flying?
So I fly to Phoenix. So Phoenix is kind of, both. But okay. Minnesota, I fly. I had wanted to drive. It's a 36-hour drive or whatever. But we're trying to do both. There's just not going to work. Right.
So tell our listeners how are you making that happen? I know you retired, but are you being creative? Like, did you find a good credit card that's you tapping into miles? Are you racking up on miles? Like,
are you spending your retirement? What you doing?
Right, like, what are you doing? How you doing that?
What you doing, girl?
Financially, oh my gosh, financially just worked. Well, I'm on disability too, so then I get disability pay in addition to my pay, which is probably TMI. But yeah, so that kind of helps. And then my husband decided he was going to go and do these little side hustle jobs. So he's doing security or whatever. So that's our fluff money. Really, it's his security stuff. And so, so that and my disability money, because I get my retirement plus that. So God has been good. God, I mean, all I can say is God worked finances out at the right time. I also will say, and Robin, you may even know, because I know Ava did a little bit of dance or whatever. The dance is crazy expensive. And so not having to pay for dance freed up a whole lot of money. A whole lot of money. Any dance star cheer mom knows you're forking out like, I used to tell the dance mom, let's just not count out loud. I'll tell you, but don't add it. Don't tell me out loud. But literally, I was probably paying about $2,000 to $3,000 every month just on dance. So there goes my money to fly if I'm not paying for dance, right?
How much did you say, Denise?
Bro, I was paying anywhere from 2 to 3. So I'll just do the math. So like monthly tuition for dance was $3 something a month, and then competitions that we pay for every month or whatever was anywhere from $1,800 to $2,000. Yeah, and then your costumes and whatnot. Every costume you saw me post was $150 dancing across the stage.
Let me tell you. So he needs to try out for So You Think You Can Dance, because I've seen her videos and she's amazing. She's amazing. But I want to continue to highlight Treverran, because Treverran is dear to all of us. He's such an amazing kid. Everybody calls him T-Mac affectionately, all the boys. They all are on a group chat. I think he's in one of the group chats, and he follows Jaden. Jaden follows him, and the girls, everybody knows what T-Mac is doing. And whenever Jaden's in town, I'm going out with T-Mac. So we're so proud of him. He's really balling. He's always been a baller. And, he might have gone a little under the radar. I know that you had mentioned before him going to SMSU that you were like, I don't know why he didn't have a bigger opportunity. And tell us a little bit about that portion of getting him to a school, choosing a school, and feeling a little like, wait a minute, he should have more than this. Even Lamar said it. He had 10 tackles his senior year, 10 sacks.
In sacks, which is really,
that is huge. And let me go under the radar, because that is huge for a defensive end to have 10 sacks. That is gigantic.
I want to say, Nick, I think it was 11 and a half, but
it was.
Yeah, it was 11 and a half. I know he was right before setting the record. And so, yes, and that was his junior year. That wasn't even his senior year.
Yeah.
So, we're all God-fearing women and following Christ's examples and leadership and stuff. And so I will say this, that the testimony for Treverran has definitely been, it was a God thing. And Lamar has been like my sounding board, because I was like, what's going on? Oh my God. And I would panic, and he'd be like, okay, wait. Very calming, as he does with everybody, he does that coaching thing really, really well. Will kind of gets burned because all the parents, I was listening to one of your podcasts earlier talking about the moms, blah, blah, blah. All of them just kind of swarm him and attack him. And so it's just like, he gets home, he's like, just not another one, just no more. And so, and then it was personal to him too, versus talking to people about their other children is different than talking about your own child. So COVID happened. who would anticipate COVID?
That's right.
And so the end of his junior year, which was 2019, and then, because football stops in December, then that January was 2020. So that junior year, one, the fact that he was a starter on varsity was just huge. So he got a lot of film. He had colleges coming from him. He had some D1s, some D2s. It was a mix of things. Lamar was following him. He would call, oh, did he get yada, yada, yada. And so he had all these people on the table. The coach was telling my husband, the head coach was telling Mac that, oh yeah, your boy has this, so-and-so called for him. You know how it goes. They call, they want to offer, yada, yada, yada. So when COVID happened, it shut everything down. It backed things up. And so then seniors were now offered a redshirt year, so then they were coming back that following year. So you had the freshmen that had, redshirt their freshman year. They're still there. You just had a conglomerate of people. And then Lamar and Coach Leach and even my husband telling me there's 90 spots and, the whole game and numbers of how it works out or whatever. So those offers went off the table because they had to offer the seniors their time. What I will say is that Treverran very much became popular really fast. Everyone loves him, and Fast Lights and Glams probably would have eaten him up. He needed to be grounded. So God knows exactly what you need when you need it. And so while Marshall, Minnesota, which is where Southwest Minnesota is, has absolutely nothing, but God has taken Treverran. He has kept him humble. He's kept him focused. He surrounded him with some other Christ-like minded athletes and their families. He's in a devotion. There's an older family that brings some of the boys to their home and stuff. And so it's been a God time for him. He has a different, near and dear friend to us. His name is Dr. Greg Richardson. I'm sorry, Pastor Greg Richardson. And he worked with my grandfather in his doctor's office. And he calls my son every other day and prays with him and pours over him because it was hard. It was very, very hard from going to having everything on the table. It's one thing to think that I deserve, but then to see people coming for you for what you felt you deserve and then it being gone.
Yeah.
And so I'm very proud of him. And so he, would talk it through and, Mom, I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to grind. I can grind wherever. And so our motto has been that God will find you wherever you are. Right. We went through some stories of some athletes that didn't make it into X, Y, and Z, and they still made it to their goal. Of course, his goal is NFL or whatever. He's very passionate. He's in his degree is communication and broadcasting, and so he's getting some good broadcasting time and video time at the school. So it's been a good fit in that respect. And so he wants to, if he can't play, he wants to still stay involved with it at the height of announcing it and things like that. And so he has maintained his GPA. He's on the honor society out with the colleges and so forth and so on. And so he's done well in spite of the disappointments. And so he's learning how to handle when things don't go the way you think they should, and seeing God in the midst of his valleys. And so he's great.
But that's a testament too to how you raised him, Denise. I've always seen you raise him to be a respectable young man, to be kind, to be respectable to elders and even to young women. So that's something that, we applaud you and Will for, because he definitely is a product of how you've brought him up. And we love him and we're so proud of him. All of us are. Like LaTwana said, since all our babies were in car seats and diapers. Shoot, you guys came in before I had the babies. I was pregnant with Michaela when I met y'all, and then Jaden was born. And like you said, your baby shower is why Jaden is doing well. So
record it.
Yeah. That's your story, and you're sticking with it.
You had the baby shower, girl, or else.
I know, right? I'm not doing any more baby showers because that was the one and only.
Well, maybe one day when our daughters get married, maybe one day down the road.
Yes. Keep it going.
So, Denise, did Treverran have a hard time adjusting being so far away from home?
You know what, Treverran, Will and I are polar opposites. I'm very, oh my God. And he's like, it's fine. So Treverran's a good mix of that. And so I think that sometimes he would say, Mom, I got it. Mom, I'm fine. Because he didn't want me stressing over him. That even though he was feeling some kind of way, he was processing it. So he handled it very, very well. He wasn't like, there's a couple of friends that left. There's a couple of friends that were like, I can't do this. They tapped out. And so he was like, Mom, I'm good. Mom, I'm good. He would talk it through, for himself or whatever. We had our devotions together. I found a devotional that is, and it really inspired me. I was doing it with him and the boy that went to school with him from his high school. And it's a daily devotional for football players. Amazing. And the history is behind it, tied the word into, was amazing. And so in those devotions, he was like, Mom, I got this. Mom, I got this. So he stayed always positive. If I had to say he said any negative, it was like, Mom, there's literally nothing to do out here. I was like, well, I guess I have to worry about you partying. So he's been positive. So then this year he was really glad because he's playing. He's playing. And it also worked out because his senior year, he got injured. I need to mention that part. He got injured. So his foot was broken and something was with his knee. I can't remember now. But he was like, I'm playing. I don't care. And I was like, whatever. And so they got 5 games and he got injured in the first game. And he kept trying to come out and he couldn't. And so that year, redshirt actually was good for him because he needed to heal. And so when he started doing his comeback and his workout, he was like, Mom, I'm ready. I'm ready. Treverran stays in beast mode. He's just a unique individual. He stays in beast mode. He stays ready. He stays more on the positive. He has a negative. It's more like, Mom, talk to me type of thing. It's not really, I can't believe, or oh my God, I'm disheveled, or I'm upset. It's like, it's going to be okay, Mom. We're going to be okay, Mom. He's always saying, Mommy, we're going to be okay. I'm like, okay. I'm not okay. But okay. But yeah, he's remained positive.
How did you know that this was something that Treverran, like LaTwana said, that when he did football, it stuck. But how did you know that he was really passionate? Was it something that he said? Was it the way that he played? Was it feedback? What was it about Treverran where you knew that this is something that he wanted to pursue? When he was special, or football was special to him?
So what's funny is I felt that he was equally good in both. But the funny is his first year at tackle, I always tell my kids, you can't quit. You have to finish it to the end, and then you can not return, but you have to finish that season, right? So his first year, at probably the last 2 games, where he's like, Mom, I'm not coming back next year. And I was like, oh, we'll see. No, you said if I don't like it, I don't have to come back. And I think he was about 7 or 8 at that point. I'm like, we'll see. So at the end of the season, I told him, you have to go back. And he was like, Mom, you said we don't have to. You wouldn't make me play. And blah, blah. I said, I don't care if you stand on the sidelines. The coaches messed it up for you. The coaches were horrible. Will was like, you're not going to make him play. You can't make someone play football. I said, I don't care if he plays. I need him to go back. So he went back and he's like, so I can stay on the sideline. I said, you can stay on the sideline, be the water boy, whatever. But I need you to go back to see that those coaches messed it up for you. And so that second year, he was like, Mom, I actually like it. He was like, I can't believe you made me come back, and I'm glad you did. But when he was playing at that young age, even through high school, because he played basketball in high school as well, he loved them both. If he was playing football, he was all about football. If he played basketball, he was all about basketball. The funny is he's actually a better baseball player than he is in both sports, but he didn't like baseball. I said, so imagine how good you'd be if you liked it, right? And so it just kind of dwindled down for him at some point that he decided he had more passion for football, because health-wise, I think I would prefer him doing basketball over football. Football is very brutal on the body. And but he was like, Mama, I'm going to stick to football. And probably again, COVID, because that COVID year, they ran all the sports together, that it was almost impossible to do, dual triathlete. You couldn't do it. And so he couldn't play basketball his last year due to COVID. And so he was forced to just play basketball. Additionally, the offers were coming in for football and not for basketball. Okay. So I think that kind of made him like pause and think and look at some things. Yeah.
Well, we're grateful.
I yell and scream and love him playing both.
Yeah. We're grateful that it worked out for him, like you said, God's plan. And I think that every time we end up wherever we end up, it's, what do they say? It's life is 90% how you react and 10% of what happens to you, something like that.
Right.
I might have that
Your
back,
response to what happens.
right?
I know that.
That's true.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's
Okay.
how we respond. And again, him responding the way he has, he's handling it with grace. He's amazing. We know that. And we also know that Tenyce is amazing. We're here to talk about you and how you're maneuvering all of this. And it seems like, you know what, I wish I could be at every Notre Dame game, but it's thousands of dollars every time we go to one. So to see you be able to do it, it's a gift. And you're so fortunate to be able to do that, Denise. And we're so happy for you that you get to go see your babies whenever you want. We're trying to figure it out, though. Look, next month we're going back to Indiana. And then at the following week, we're going to see him at USC. So we're excited about that. And we just came from Vegas. But tell us now, how's Tenyce doing? How's she doing? She's a brand new freshman. She's at Grand Canyon. She's so beautiful. I just love her spirit. And tell us what she's doing and how she's doing and how you're handling your baby being gone.
Oh, I know, Micah. She's the baby and the princess to everyone here. I'm probably the heavy for her. Tenyce, short version, has been dancing since she was 2. She's been tumbling since she was 4. She's an amazing tumbler and dancer. Quick snippet on Tenyce is an overcomer of so much trauma. She had to endure suicide from her friends. You know, like any team, you all become a family. So one of her teammates' father committed suicide. And then as she's trying to revamp from that, then one of her dance brothers committed suicide. And I want to say it was 6 months, maybe 10 months after that. Then the great grandparents started dying. And so death has been just like traumatic for her. And so then while she's enduring that, then she got bullied. She got bullied by the coach and the team and some of the moms. And
At high school?
Everyone uses that term loosely, but it was a legitimate, in high school, it was a legitimate case that my attorney had said, do you know how much money you could get from district? I said, I don't want the money. I want my child. And so I'm just grateful that she had enough God in her, enough spirit in her, and her village surrounded her. And she's battled just jealousy and envy, and she just wants to dance. Tenyce doesn't see how good she is. I've never, this is probably the most, I've like, oh my gosh, she's amazing, said those words about her publicly. Will, on the other hand, is like, oh my God, my daughter's the bomb.com, my daughter, blah, 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 all the positive. And he's like, baby, you have to be humble. You can't, I don't have to. Did you see her? She's the best one out there, yada, yada, yada. And I mean, everybody wants to be the star, right? But Tenyce is she's the total package. She just has it. Her GPA wasn't the greatest because of all the trauma that she was enduring. But her senior year, that girl came back and she got that GPA to where she knows she can. So the last 4 semesters of high school, she ended up being on the honor roll. So she 3.1, 3. It kept climbing. She had to stay in summer school. She was in the STEM program. She was doing all honors classes. It was a lot on her plate, and she just kept pushing. And so when I think about and she played volleyball as well. When I think about the whole navigation of scheduling and stuff, I lived with clothes and backpacks for them to change. Driving illegally here, throwing stuff back here, grab your clothes, change, let's go. We're going to the next thing, staying up to midnight. And I was working during that time frame. So it was a lot, but she's an overcomer. She's resilient. God has gifted her. I'm honored that God chose me. I'm gonna cry, to be her mom. At Grand Canyon, she met up with this beautiful girl paired with Lexi. Got one before her when she was in high school at camp. She met Lexi there, got to GCU, and Lex was there. She's her big sister, and she's been mentoring. There's the whole white-black thing. You know, white people do their hair one way, black people do their, and they don't understand. So she's gone through all that, and she's still standing. She's still standing, and she's still amazing. She was a freshman that made the camp team, and she wasn't supposed to make the camp team. Some seniors didn't make it or whatever. She was spotlighted, and she's in the front and center. She gets nervous because, Mom, they're going to talk about me. I said, that's okay, baby. Now it's just shine. Don't even worry about what they say. Her grades are doing well. She's a bioscience major with the emphasis in physician assistant. She wants to be a surgeon, so keep her lifted up in prayer.
Absolutely.
And so those are her goals.
And
yeah, she's even a staff member. So during the summer, she gets paid to go teach the dance camps.
Awesome.
Well, Denise, it's always a pleasure to be around you. And we're excited that you came onto our platform and graced us with your presence. And ladies, we are literally running out of time. So, Robin, would you like to close us out?
Okay.
Give
So
people your instructions on what they got to do.
Well, I don't have any more questions for you, but I do want to just give you your accolades because it takes a lot of work to do what you do. And like you said, with your backpack full of clothes and food and just going here and there, but doing it all for your kids, making the sacrifices so that they can do the things that they're doing now.
Yeah.
So I just applaud you for always, you're always a gentle spirit, always a kind word to say to all of us and to always, support our children. So we extend all the love and the grace too for your kids. And we're just praying for them. And that story, I didn't even know that Tenyce had experienced all of those things. And that's a lot, and we've talked about mental health on this platform before. So we know that that's real. And I'm blessed by the fact that she is an overcomer, and thank you for sharing that. And we're looking forward to great things too with Treverran on the football field, and we're praying that all of his body parts stay safe because football it's a tough sport. So we're just keeping him lifted too. But thank you so much for coming and joining us tonight.
Thank you.
And on that note, Mom Ballz out.
Mom Ballz out.
Thank you, Denise.
Subscribe,
like,
and share.
And share.
We love and appreciate y'all. Bye. Mom Ballz out.
Get y'all checked. Go get the girls checked out. All right.
And your colonoscopy.
That's right. All right. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.